Hey guys, how are you? Everything good? It's me again. I just realized about how many lives I had pending from lots of posts. Actually, I was telling you about a week or 2 weeks ago that my plan was retake these lives for a long time, but I just didn't have the time. Now I am a little more like with time in my hands, so I can talk to you a little bit more often about these bits of English that I started years ago. I know it's been a really long while. So this is going to be really fast. This is, as the title of the live video suggests, a very easy distinction. Every day, one word versus every day, two words. Okay, and I introduced this topic on the page, on the Facebook page, and also on the website and the blog. Actually, if you look for the post of the blog that we have on the Facebook page, you can find it. You can find the explanation right there, and that explanation, if I remember correctly, I wrote it in Spanish. I'm not sure. You have to. No, yeah, I'm sure. I wrote it in Spanish. So if you have maybe problems with this explanation in English, you can go to the blog, EnglishLessons.Online /blog. And the last entry for that blog is this, specifically this topic: every day one word versus every day two words. I find it really interesting that even my advanced students have problems with this distinction. If you are an advanced student of English and you don't know what the difference is, I really suggest you go to the blog and see the explanation there. I'm gonna do this like very briefly right here. So let me show you the post that we had on our Facebook page about this distinction. So we had this image. So you have to complete the sentence simply. So you have Peter goes to the gym, and then a blank space. We have four options, but as you can imagine from the title of the live video and as you can imagine from what I've been saying, there's actually only two options. Always and never and are not an option in this phrase, and I hope you know why. If you know the answer, you can type it in the comments. Why isn't it possible to use always or never? Okay, so if you know it, you are one step ahead in your learning of English, even if you are in an elementary level. Yeah, that I have to tell you something before I tell you the reason for not using always and never. If you have taken at least how many, about 30 hours of English, you should be able to tell me why you can't use always or never, because this is one of the very first topics that you study in level A1 for when you are studying English as a second language. This is called Adverbs of Frequency. Maybe you remember this topic from your lessons, Adverbs of Frequency. Okay, does that help you remember why you can't use always and never? Okay, I'll tell you why. The reason is always and never, these adverbs of frequency, similar to sometimes, too rarely, too what is the other one? Often, usually, all of those adverbs of frequency are used between the subject and the verb. So in this particular case, the sentence Peter goes to the gym, if you wanted to use always, you would have to use Peter always goes to the gym. So the blank space shouldn't be there. It's exactly the same case with never. If you want to use never, you should say Peter never goes to the gym. And then the blank space is again not in the correct place. So always and never, you can completely forget about them. You don't need them. that's not the appropriate place for always and never. So we are left only with everyday and everyday, 2 and 3, 2 words or 1 word. Well, let me tell you, the reason that only one of these is correct is because one is an adverb of frequency and the other is an adjective. Okay, if you remember what an adverb of frequency is and what an adjective is and how we use each of these, you have the answer. You know what it is. So let me tell you, every day, 2 words, option number 2 is the one that is the adverb of frequency. Every day, only 1 word, option number 3 is the one that is the adjective. Okay? So, especially this adverb of frequency, every day, number 2, can be used at the end of a sentence. It doesn't have to be in the middle between Peter and goes, between the subject and the verb. It is not necessary. Actually, it is actually very, very uncommon. Peter every day goes to the gym. No, people don't say that. Okay, it's used at the end. So Peter goes to the gym every day. Option number 2. Option number 2 is the correct answer. Whereas the other option, the adjective I was telling you, adjectives are used after the verb be or before a noun. That's the appropriate location, at least for elementary level. For A1, there is, there are other cases, but for now, for elementary level, after be or before a noun. So every day is, option number 3 is not a correct option in here. You will need a frequency adverb. Okay, so that's like the big difference. I don't have right now an example for you to use every day as an adjective, but I can tell you a few. So you can say, for example, I have my everyday coffee in the morning. Okay, my everyday coffee. I am describing my coffee. I have probably only one every day, and every day in this case, I have only one every day. I am using every day as an adverb of frequency because I am telling you how often I do it. But my coffee, I can describe it as my everyday coffee. That is an adjective. Okay, so that's an important distinction. And I have to mention this. When you speak, you may not care. You might not even notice if you are using every day as 2 words or every day as only 1 word. But when you are writing, that's very important. Obviously, if you want to write correctly, you have to make this distinction. If you don't care, well, then the story is a little different. But be careful when you are in a professional setting, in a professional environment, in a professional professionally written text, then you have to be careful with this very small but important distinctions. Okay, so I hope this helps. If it didn't, then you may have some questions. Again, you can leave your questions in the comments. You can suggest also a few more topics. If you want me to give like a very brief explanation for these topics, I can do that for you. I am always looking for new topics to talk about. I'm gonna make myself some time to talk about them. And finally, I just want to invite you to the conversation club. I think previously I've invited you, but honestly, it's not like something you can see very, very often in our Facebook page or our website. Actually, I don't think we have that in our website. There's no link for you to sign up for the conversation club in our website. Maybe I have to include that. But well, the thing is, that conversation club is designed for you to practice your English. The good thing about the conversation club is that we have people whose first language is not Spanish. So most people don't share the same first language or maybe the same second language. So the only option we have to communicate with each other is English. That's the reason we speak only English. And well, there are also a few other rules that you will find out if you want to join us for the conversation club. One of them is that you have to be very, very respectful because of this differences in culture. Well, you will see I'm also trying to be very, very respectful for that as well, so you will see what I mean. And yeah, if you want to sign up, I can leave the link for you to sign up in the comments for this video, and I hope to see you there. That's what I believe many people lack. They lack practice when they speak English. So we usually discuss topics which are relevant to our current world. Definitely, I guess you can imagine, COVID-19 is one of those topics, but not all the time because it's also everywhere, so you might be overwhelmed by that by now. So we'll leave it aside just a little bit. We talk about let me just remember what the last sessions for that conversation club were about. We talked about horoscopes, for example. We talked about the police in your country. There are many, I mean, I found out that there are many different perceptions of the police in different countries. We also discussed some moral dilemmas, which means what would you do if you were in a situation that you have to save someone's life, or you have to kill someone for saving another person's life. I don't know. So these topics that are food for thought, these topics that make you reflect about your values, about what you would do in a certain situation. I really like discussing these topics with my students because the idea is that they discuss. I'm just there for guiding the conversation just a little bit, and we also play some games sometimes. So I would love to see you there, and again, it's that one is free. It's you don't have to pay for that. I believe that practice is something that you don't have to pay for. um, Unfortunately, it's only once a week. Right now we are having that on Sunday evenings. Well, Sunday evenings for us in this part of the world, in America, but in some other continents it's actually Sunday. So we have a few people from the future in our conversation club. So well, uh, again, I'm gonna leave the link in the comments for this video. I hope to see you there, and keep learning. Okay, bye bye.